Okay, I'm hoping I did this right. I basically followed what Brother Romney had laid out. How about you guys?
Pretty much. Tyler, you got a
Okay,
spiritual thought real quick?
Yeah, I got a real quick one. This is
great.
one of my favorite quotes. It's by Dieter Uchtdorf. He says, "When our wagon gets stuck in the mud, God is much more likely to assist the man who gets out to push than the man who merely raises his voice in prayer, no matter how eloquent the oration." And I love that. I think that's something we all need to, remember and live by.
Who made that quote?
That was Dieter Uchtdorf.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I remember in church one time, a kid who bore his testimony. He talked about how he needed a job, so he just kept praying and praying, but he didn't turn any job applications or anything in. And I thought that was so fun, and it totally relates to this quote. So something my dad told me right before I went on my mission was, work as if it all depends on you, and pray as if it all depends on the Lord. So we need to do our part, so that way, the Lord can use us as instruments. So I just share that quick message and say in the name of Jesus Christ, man.
Amen.
Amen.
Perfect.
Who was
Thank
that
you.
last quote from?
It's actually in a song.
I heard it. Who's that?
It's actually in a song.
It is?
Yeah.
Is it?
I've never heard
My
that
dad.
before.
My dad told me that right before I went on the mission, and I don't know. Always
Huh.
stuck with me.
And what was it again? What was the quote again, Tyler?
Work as if it all depends on
like-
you. Pray as if it all depends on the Lord.
There we go. Interesting.
Good.
That's a good one. I like that.
Thanks.
Yeah, there's a couple different quotes with it. And then I know it's in a country song too. I can't think of what song it is though. But yeah, it's a great quote.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's get to it then.
All right.
I don't necessarily have a set of questions or anything this week. They're more just like analyzing what gets brought up and stuff like that. So I'm going to turn it over to you though, Michael, because I believe you're the one presenting us with the case.
Okay. I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm presenting. As I got more into my darn case study, I was not, as the document he sent me, it just didn't seem like it really gave me much information. Okay. So,
If I understand it correctly, I think the two main points that I come to my mind are you wanting royalties, and if so, how much, and who's going to pay for the equipment?
Right. I'm thinking we're wanting royalties. You know what? I think the other item I need to include in the price is the cost of the equipment, the actual brewers, because that's something that I would have to produce. So let's jump over here and look at that. How the heck does that work? Fixed cost for new. I don't even know where that heck that would come out of. I'm not understanding this. And so if he gives me the cost, the only thing this document gives me is the cost of the brewers and how much it is to produce them. The actual machines, which would be outside of our contract. But obviously, well, I mean, we're selling those. Those would be sold. We're not giving those away, right? So that would account for the price right there to cover the units. I would think that he'd price that separate. It's cost, first packaging. It doesn't say anything about them. It doesn't say anything about them coming from Yeah. It's gotta be being charged to them. Yeah, okay. In short, the company must raise more money to survive, or it must shift costs to accelerate payments from actual potential partners. Okay. 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 Well, then that's it. So basically, obviously, I'm looking for a royalty. There's a minimum royalty that I have to earn to make this work, to pencil out, or it just makes more sense. Or it just makes more sense for me to go produce my own brand called True North. All right. So what we're looking at, and whether the cost of the units is put to you or the cost to me, is not that big of a difference when I look at it. So there's not much fluctuation in there. So we all have profit per cup figured out, because we did. I'm sure we all followed the same spreadsheet that Brother Romney did. So profit per cup's at 10 cents. If we go through you guys.
For now.
Correct? For now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually just sent you my spreadsheet.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Then. So I'll change some things.
Okay, let's see what we get here. Okay. So you adjusted profit per cup at, now why is,
What can I help you with?
okay, you got royalties per cup. Let me pull this over to the side.
I have an assumption for royalties per cup.
For Green Mountain or for True North. Okay, you guys are okay. Okay, you got your flip around for me. That's what's going on there. Okay.
Yeah, I flipped it.
Okay. So royalties per cup, you'd be giving me 4 cents.
Well,
4 cents is right. Yeah.
Right. Well, and I'm just messing with it. In fact, here, I'll show you if it's easier. I'll screen share mine.
We jump to that.
So if you guys can see my screen, so here's what I've identified, and you can prove me if I'm wrong. So we have everything broken down, price per cup. The one change I made is in all of our tables and calculations, the total number of days per year is 250, not 260. So that changes the numbers just a little bit because there's less income then.
Okay.
And other than that, everything else should still be the same. There are 3 elements of this that I've factored out. First and foremost is the question about royalties. How much? If you produce it on your own from the suggested numbers, then you're looking at a profit per cup of $6.25. That's per cup only, though. You're going to have to dig out of that to also invest in the coffee. Okay? Because nonetheless, the price per cup that you're getting is still 25 cents. That's how much you're still going to get. So
repeat. Still got to dig for coffee. What do you mean? Okay, on True North. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then as for the Green Mountain, I'm assuming you would want to either break even or get a little bit more profit per cup than you would have before if you did it yourself.
Yeah.
If that's the case, royalties have to be, it's actually 5 cents, not 4 cents.
And that's with me buying the equipment or with you buying the equipment?
That is currently with me buying the equipment.
Okay. All right. Well, to me that sounds fine, because if I do the equipment, I can come down.
Well, I'm not saying I'm agreeing to anything yet. I'm just saying for the numbers to be what they are, for me to buy the equipment at 5% or the 5 cent royalty per cup, that would give you your element of break even. That would be an incentive for you to want to for us to do the business.
Yeah, it's more profitable for me to do it than to build my own brand.
Right.
Which I agree. To me, that makes sense. And personally, I think that would be fine breaking at that point because you are the first one to sign on. I don't necessarily need to negotiate the same when I do Starbucks or the others. That's, if I'm fine with that, if we're not going exclusivity on it, that you're going to be the only coffee that brand I'd be distributing. That would be okay with me if that's the case, because I can go on and negotiate higher ones. Right now, I just want to break into the market, and I think it's more profitable to do it with a brand that everybody's familiar with and to come up with True North, which I think is a horrible name, but that's another day. What do you think?
Well, if you're going to do the 5-cent royalty, then most definitely we would want exclusivity. Because right now, we're not making that much money. In regards to what it could have been. Like you said, when you calculate everything to begin with, it looks like it's 10 cents. But now we lose that 5 cents on each cup due to royalties. To now we're only making 5 cents per cup.
I agree. I agree. And if that was only on the East Coast where you guys are currently selling now, I would say, yeah, that doesn't make sense because we're not adding anything to you. But we're national. So you're now all of a sudden your coffee's being distributed.
You're not national yet. You have the potential.
We're selling national. We're not doing East Coast. You guys, Green Mountain is selling only East Coast. We're selling anywhere where we can sell.
Well, no, I understand that, but you're not national yet.
Well, the minute we sell our first machine, we're national. Because we don't know if California's buying it. Well, that's what we're advertising for. We don't know, you put the machine on Amazon or however the heck you're selling it, we don't know who's buying first. Is it
Apple
out in California,
we do know.
Or is it,
your product costs $1,000. This is not an everyday product yet. This product is going to offices only, and it's being sold to the office service people who they sell it. Well, they give it away, and then they buy strictly their coffee.
Okay, office food service is what you're saying.
Yes.
Where's that found at?
That is on. Let me take off my screen share real quick. Top of page 4.
The top of page 4. Okay, selling LCS for approximately $1,000 rule, which costs Keurig about $500 to manufacture, which isn't the case right now. I'm not $500 to manufacture. It's higher on the first order. And would have 5-year expected life. Distributors would provide Keurig brewers to offices free of charge based on trial results. Keurig management believes the distributors would pay a cents a piece per cup, with established brands and distributors would sell these K-cups to offices for about 50 cents, consistent with 50% margin that distributors typically earn. Okay. All right.
So yeah, you're also in the Northeast, and you're selling to the Northeast because this is where you see the distributors.
Where does it say OSC is out of the East?
OCS is not out of the East. That's just a group who deals out of the Northeast.
Where does it say that, though? I just see it says Antips is selling brew to OSC distributors. Where does it say where OCS is from?
Yep, hang on.
Okay. 2 billion retail sales, approximately 1,700 regional office distributed service, goals free. I'm not seeing. 5.4 billion in U.S. food service segment generated. Regionally focused office coffee service the channel. Where I'm looking on page 3 where it discusses it, but I don't see.
Yeah.
It's only on East Coast. My understanding is it was national.
No, I'll show you because it's in this case too where it talks about
Office coffee service distributors service this channel. Is OSC even a company? OCS even a company?
no. They are. That's just a term for the guys who sell the coffee.
Right.
It's just a term.
Okay, Exhibit 1. Let me check Exhibit 1. Yeah, because I never saw where there's coffee, consumer channel, supermarket. Yeah. I'm just not seeing where it's national. Tyler, do you know where it is, where it's national East Coast? Because my understanding is I've got 1,700, says approximately 1,700 small, regionally focused office coffee service distributors.
Well, just go with the regional part. All I know is we talk about as soon as you go West Coast, we have a potential of getting in new grounds, but you're not there yet.
Right. Okay. When I'm seeing regionally, I'm thinking like I have a buddy that actually does this for San Francisco, the Bay Area, San Francisco, Napa. So I would consider him a regionally focused office coffee service. Okay. Well, leaving that aside, between the cost of the machines and what it's making to produce and what we would be earning at that point, by not making anything on that unit, but on the cups, we wouldn't be able to continue business.
If what?
If we were just breaking even, basically giving the cups away. If we're not planning on making any money using that brand, then we're basically only making money off of the 1,000 machines, and that doesn't meet our bills for the year. So we couldn't go that low.
How low? I didn't hear how.
Yeah, what's your counter?
What's your thing right now? You're at, because you were saying, well, let's back up. Well, you were saying that you're at 5, but that's not what you're offering, right?
No.
Yeah. What are you offering? You're offering.
I'm thinking closer to 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4. 3 or 4 means we make nothing.
It means you make less per cup.
We're making. Yeah, but we're still not. It's at 3 cents per cup. I mean, if you were able to take let's go. Yeah, you're doing $3.90 per cup. I'm sorry. You got 3 cents per cup, making 390,400 annual profit based on the cups we're doing. If you were handling the cost of production, that gives me another cent. But you're saying you don't want to handle the cost of production, right?
Well, we're trying. We're trying to figure that out.
Okay. And then the other thing where you're dead on is you want, and that's, I can't grant that.
The exclusivity?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if I were to break even cups, I mean, if you want 3 cents and I'm just breaking, I'm just doing $3.90 and I'm using it to push through the door so I go after more venture capital and.
Well, right now, I know you don't have the money. You don't have the money you want to invest in the $700,000.
Right. That's why I'm saying I don't want to invest in $700,000. I'd rather.
They're tight as well. we're tight as well because we just grew significantly in this last year as well, and we don't want to push our boundaries any further.
So are you saying you do want to do the cost production or don't want to do the cost production?
I'm cautious of taking on the cost production.
Okay.
That's where we're trying to figure out, where the royalties sit, exclusivity, and then the cost of the productions. If we did the 5 cents per cup, which would give you slightly more than you would on your own, then it would have to be exclusivity. Because what you have to bear in mind, because this is what I'm looking at, if you look at the 3 areas I have highlighted, these are all elements that can change. If you go nationally, which is hopeful on our end as well, because it would extend our market. If the number of brewers, let's say it went up 1,600 or 1,700, okay, all of a sudden our profits go up quite a bit more. We're a little bit more comfortable now, okay? On the contrary, though, if we do not have exclusivity, and that average of 34 cups per day, if that drops down instead to maybe because you get another roaster involved, if that drops down to, let's say, 26, now I go back to where I'm at 7 cents a cup. Oh, no, in fact, I'm back to 5 cents a cup if I left it at the 5 cents.
Okay, but that's dropping, that's not going exclusivity, and what, dropping 2 cups per day? Dropping to 26?
Yeah, so here, I'll bring my screen up again.
Okay. Oh, okay. But you're also still talking only doing just the first line of the 1,500 units, and as we're growing, we would do more lines. So now you're looking at
1,500 units.
Not 1,500 brewers a line. So, well,
that's 1,500 locations. That's 1,500 locations that are being serviced. So yeah, you would sell 1,500 machines,
which is based on 1,500 machines, which is what we're buying in our first line. But as we expand, we're buying a second line, a third line. So now you're not using the 1,500 number of brewers. You're going to be using 3,000's number of brewers times 26 cups per day as we go.
Okay, that's if you get that kind of sales.
Well, we have to, otherwise the whole thing doesn't work.
No, you make plenty of money at 1,500.
Yeah, but if the whole shindig never goes above 1,500 units, you know what I'm saying? If we never do more than 1,500 units, we put 1,500 units in, we never grow, we never do anything, you're not going to want to keep with us in it, and we're not growing. We would basically be fired by our venture capitalists because we're not growing. And so the whole thing is out the door. You know what I'm saying? We have to, we're a business. We have to be growing. We have to assume that we're putting 1,500 brewers in, but we're going to keep growing. So, yeah, dropping 26 cups, but doubling. Look at my spreadsheet. If we're dropping to, let's say we go to 3,000 units, next line. All of a sudden now we just jumped up to, you're making 2.3 million at the 34 cups, but if I drop, let's say I did drop to 26 cups, you're making 1.7 million.
Let me bring yours up real quick. Say that one more time with those numbers.
Put the brewers in line at 3,000.
You really think you could get to 3,000?
We're doing a
amount of time.
We're doing 1,500 in the first year.
That's if you get 1,500 in the first year. Right now, if you don't get our help, you're not going to reach your deadline again.
Except I've got a partner who says that we can go off at their angel capital if we go ahead and just do. We don't make our profit is low, which, it's at 3 cents, but we're still going and we're able to go on and start negotiating with other people. And you guys don't go national.
See, and now here's my point. you mentioned in the original case, if you partner with us, we give you the better opportunity to grow because people recognize us more than they recognize you.
Right. We won't be able to do we're 25 cents per cup with you guys. We're 23 cents per cup on our own because we have to recognize that we're already dropping our price.
Okay, that calculation is not accurate though. To help you out a little bit, if you go to the bottom of case on page, I think 10.
Mm-hmm.
10. Yeah, if you go to page 10, it says 25 cents per cup. If you do it your route, not 23. That 23 was only used in the video, but it's not accurate to the case.
I swear I saw it somewhere else where they said that we'd have to drop the premium. Where is that? Where did I see that?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand and I respect that. But all I was looking at was in the diagram that's provided on page. I can't tell what page this is. It's Exhibit 3B. It's toward the bottom. It's either 10 or
here we go.
9 or 10. What's that?
No, I thought I found it.
It's
Where it said that I was going to have to.
page 10. It's the third page from the bottom.
Okay. And third page from the bottom.
Yeah, and if you right click, you can rotate it clockwise, so you don't have to tilt your head on it.
Oh, I got it printed here.
Oh,
So direct. Okay, so what are we discussing here? What do we got?
The cost from the distributor. The distributor will give you 25 cents per cup.
Right.
Instead of the 23 that you're thinking. But your other cost that you would have to take on is the cost of coffee as well.
No. Here's where we got to go. This is where I saw it. Okay, same page, number 10. Go to the asterisk down at the bottom. Yep. Price based on trial results for Green Mountain branded K-Cups. True North pricing has not been tested because we're assuming it's going to go lower. Because you're right, we don't have the national brand or the East Coast brand.
Interesting. Okay, so I missed that. So let me change that back then to 23. That puts us in a better position.
If you go, the other thing I'm looking at, you're talking your annual profit, your cost of production. You're buying those machines at $700,000. Obviously that's paid for in the first year, but after that, you don't. I mean, we're depreciating over 5 years when you see it.
Yes.
Okay. Forget that point. So, all right. So, basically, where we're hung up on is exclusivity.
Here's what I would agree to. If we did 3 cents per royalty,
okay,
that's what you would make anyway on your own. Okay.
Right.
So we would do 3 cent royalty. We would incur the cost of the production line if you would give us exclusivity.
No, if I had 3 cents, I'd rather just incur the costs. And not have the exclusivity. Because basically I'm at a razor blade model. I'm gonna make my money on, well, opposite. Most of my money's coming off the machines.
I at least have enough working capital to pay for the machines today.
So you're saying you buy the machines?
That's what I said.
Okay.
We would buy the machines at 3% royalty if that was your royalty, and we would want exclusivity then.
How about a limit on exclusivity? You guys have it for the first 5 years.
I'm open to something like that.
That gets you guys going nationally, gets you established, and at that point we'd be renegotiating anyways, because our cost of production and all that stuff has been depreciated, and it's looking, we'd have to upgrade lines. Question is, I mean, that would be the first round of machines. We expand, obviously we're going to have to do more machines. So who pays for those?
Say that again.
If we do like we're supposed to as a business, we're gonna run out of machines. You're paying for the first 1,500, and then we run out of machines as we've gone national. Who's paying for the next batch of machines?
I'm paying for the equipment to make the cups only. This is strictly about the cups.
Okay. I had asked about machines. Okay, so you're talking about the equipment to make the cups.
Yeah.
Which we already had that established.
The machines, that is all your product.
Right. Okay. And I'm thinking no. I can do the 3 cents, but that means exclusivity. If we're going exclusive, then I need bigger cut. If I'm doing the machines and you go in exclusivity, then I want a bigger cut. Because at my 3 cents, my partner is thinking that we can make the True North brand fly, and we still are exclusive. We can go on and we get going, we get this thing under production, we get in, and we're able to negotiate with other people, bring in Dunkin' Donuts and things like that.
Excuse me.
What do we need to do to get rid of the exclusivity? What are you willing to do with that?
Are you, excuse me, are you at all in a position to help out with production line costs?
I haven't explored that.
So, because here's my only concern. Okay. Here we go. I'll share my screen so we can be on the same page here. All right. Can you see mine?
Is this coming up?
Not yet.
Did I not do it? Oh, share. Okay. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Okay. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of a bump at 4 cents per cup. That would give you $500,000 per year as opposed to $370 per year. Okay.
Okay.
Here's where I'm concerned with exclusivity. I don't know how much business we'll lose. If I just jump down to say 26 cents, all of a sudden I'm back down to like 6 cents a cup, and then you're hoping to make up the rest from someone else,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how much we would lose. I don't know who else you'd partner with. You know what I mean? To where, if it was down to 15, now I'm back down to 5 cents a cup. And it's going to take me a lot longer now to pay off for this machine.
Right.
So,
or we can give you exclusivity for so many years.
something like
But
that.
But eventually, I got to get out of exclusivity.
That's where I'm asking, if you're at all in a position to help with production line costs, then I'd be open, take out a little bit of my risk in being this guy for you, and then I'd be more on board with just saying no exclusivity rights.
Okay. Let me go through the numbers here. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
How you doing, Tyler? You're quiet.
I'm quiet. Just enjoying that conversation. Just taking it all in.
Yep. Okay. I've already made. Okay. So I'm still looking at. Okay, so that's 298. This is. Okay.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Okay. This cost. I do not see how this is. Okay.
All right, I got a different proposal for you.
Well, let me finish this up because I got this much in the. Okay.
I got a very easy proposal if you just want to hear it.
Okay. What do you got?
4 cent royalties only.
4% royalties only.
Wait, that's it? It's just 4-cent royalties.
We'll take care of the costs, and we won't ask for exclusivity.
Okay.
It's a pretty good deal.
Okay, so let me get my machines in there. Closer. Calculating. I'm trying to figure out exactly what my going back and forth the different ways scenarios what my cash outlays are for the year. Because if I do this, I'm not going after angel. I'm not going after angel money. If I do this route.
Right.
Okay. Get that. So I'll take the 7. Okay, so you're taking the machine. Okay, you're taking the machines. So I'm not. That's not up front to me.
Nope.
Okay, and you're giving me 4 cents, which is basically giving me an annual profit of 530,000.
Yep.
Okay. And I am, so I'm gonna, what am I doing here? So I'm gonna go with, okay. 730 and still losing money, but
Where are you losing money at?
I lose money on the first because there's a bunch of other expenses they got in here that they don't tell you guys. So it's there's some other equipment. There's some other equipment they bought, and now there's things that are outside of the lines. They've already spent payments, and then the cash they're burning through for monthly salaries and stuff. But you know what? I just forgot about that. That's on the first 1,000 units. But if I go, my profit margins change on the next 500 units. So let's look at it that way. I think that'll get me to. So it'll give me valuation. Okay, so we got 500 units. Okay, that works. That works.
So the 4 cents on the royalty?
Yeah, it's breaking me even on my first 1,500 units. It breaks me even, but we don't plan on going past that, and we don't have the exclusivity, so I'm good with that. Because if we never get past 1,500 units, what's the point?
Yeah.
So, where are our terms? Write these suckers in. So we're good with that? Everybody good with that?
Sounds good to me.
Works for me. We'll just run with it. We'll see what they say about it later.
What page did it ask those questions on? Oh, it was on the back. That's okay. That's where it was. It is on page 6. They give us, so royalty per cup, we're going to go with 4 cents. Who pays for packaging lines? GMCR. Okay. No exclusivity and no equity. Okay. We are good. Work for you guys?
Works for us.
Works.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you guys.
All right. Sounds good.
So, all right.
So we're all good then?
So, we are good. We are good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'll go ahead and stop the broadcast then.
What are we at on video for this puppy?
I have no idea.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I never
Did
told
it
you
only
that.
say like we're supposed to start for like 30 minutes? So
No, it said up to 90.
60 to 90.
Yep.
No more than 90.
this was the 60 to 90.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If we went through the 90, then it was
I
called
would
a
be
draw.
amazed if other groups went all 90 minutes.
I don't know. I did one negotiation with some guys earlier on, and that thing went out 2.5 hours. It was
Really? What was this
it was
for?
insane.
Was this
Hang on,
for your
stop.
job or was this online, like a